How do I text a girl? If you're like a lot of guys, you have no idea how to text. You text a girl some random shit and either she ignores it or she replies for a while and then stops replying. And then you sit there like, oh shit, how come she's not replying? Is she fucking some other dude or something? Fuck. So here are some tips you can use when texting girls. Step 1. Get a life. The problem is most guys don't have lives. They spend all their free time thinking about the girl they like, wondering what she's doing, wondering what to say to her, and fantasizing about going on dates with her. So then you text her and she takes a while to reply and you're like, oh shit, I wonder what she's doing. Why isn't she replying? Did I say something wrong? And then you just start thinking about her more and more and becoming more and more invested in her, and it's just a bad situation to be in. Get a life. If you actually have a life, then you don't have time to sit there obsessing over why she took 30 seconds to reply to one text and an hour to reply to another. You don't have time to worry about that shit because you have a life. You're busy doing your own thing. A lot of guys ask questions like, how long should I wait before I text her back? If you're asking that, you're already in the wrong mindset. I text a girl back whenever I feel like texting her back, and that's all there is to it. I have a life. I'm not going to my phone every other day, so I reply when I'm free. I reply when I feel like talking to her. That's it. If you're like this, but bro, I'm always free and I'm always feeling like talking to her, then my advice is the same. Get a life. If you have a life, you won't be wondering how long to wait before texting her, because you'll text her whenever you feel like it. If you're sitting there obsessing about shit like, okay, she took 4.5 minutes to reply to my next text and 5.5 minutes to reply to the one before that. Therefore, if I average those times and take the square root of x to create an algorithm. Fuck that shit. If you think about her more than she thinks about you, you're doing it wrong. If the amount of stress that you get out of dating is more than the amount of fun you get out of it, you're doing it wrong. Step 2. Don't text her all day every day. This is something that kids do. If you're older than 21 and you still do this, you need to cut it out ASAP. And if you're under 21 and you do it, you still need to cut it out. So I guess that means everyone should just cut it out. See, even if the girl seems like she's into you, eventually she'll lose interest. Like I said in step 1, get a life. If you're available all day, every day to talk with her, that shows her you don't have a life at all, and girls don't like guys who don't have lives. Hell, even guys don't like guys who don't have lives. She wants to believe that you're a cool guy with a cool life, who does cool shit with cool people. And if you text her back 10 seconds after she texts you every single time, then it makes it really obvious that you're not that cool. Personally, sometimes I take a few seconds to reply, if I just happen to be on my phone at the time. But other times I take hours or even all day to reply, like if I'm at work or if I'm out doing something and just not looking at my phone. Honestly, when I was younger, at least from my perspective, I think I was a little socially awkward. Like, I'd get text and wouldn't feel like I need to reply to them, so sometimes I'd just let them sit there and reply a day and a half later when I had nothing else to do. And I didn't even realize people might be sitting there wondering why I wasn't replying. So instead of my lack of interest in texting being perceived as socially unacceptable, it actually ended up making me look more attractive to those girls, because it gave them the impression that I was such a popular guy who was always doing lots of shit with all my friends and a bunch of other girls, and that's why I was too busy to reply to them, even if I was just sitting at home playing Call of Duty. Also, put your phone on silent when you want to go to sleep. There's no reason to fuck up your sleep schedule just because a girl felt like texting you at 3 in the morning on a Tuesday, and like I said, being available 24/7 makes you seem desperate as fuck, and you'll be sitting there thinking you're getting in good with her, only to be woken up one of those nights with her asking you dating advice about another guy because she considers you to be such a good friend. Alright, step 3, TTT. This stands for text, tease, and take off. This is how I usually like to text. Let's say I'm sitting there and I feel like talking to my friend Jennifer, so I take out my phone and I text her something funny. She replies and laughs. We send a few messages back and forth, I'd say a maximum of about 10 messages each, and the total conversation time should be under a couple of hours. Have some fun, tease her a little about whatever you're talking about, and then take off. So every now and then, if I think of someone and I have something interesting or funny that I want to say to them, I'll text it to them. We'll talk for a little while, and that'll be it. As soon as the convo comes to a natural end, you just stop replying. Don't be one of those guys who keeps replying after the topic is finished because it just makes you look so desperate. So, if you feel like texting, text, tease, take off. This is a strategy I developed and I use it all the time. It's useful because it just starts making her more comfortable talking with you about little stuff. She has fun talking to you, but you're also not available all the time, so you seem like an interesting, fun person who actually has a life, which, like I said in step 1, you actually should have one anyway. Step 4, TTTT. The 4 T's stands for take her out. I know it really should be TTTD because the word date works better here, but I just wanted all the letters to be T's because, it sounds better, so fuck it, whatever. Anyway, this means that your ultimate goal with texting should be to set up dates, to take her out. If you've been texting with a girl for 2 months and you're not going on dates with her, you fucked up. The purpose of texting is primarily to get her to go on dates with you, so at some point you need to be setting plans. Don't wait for the perfect moment, just do it. It's pretty much like basketball. You spend some time setting up the play, but at some point you just need to take that bitch to the basket before your time runs out. Holy shit, that was a good analogy. And finally, step 5, never ever act like a pussy through text. We've all seen screenshots of failed text where a dude is acting like a straight-out bitch, complaining to a girl and asking why she's ignoring him and why she's taking so much time to reply and all that shit. Texting her 5 times in a row before she even has a chance to reply, and then turning what should have been a light interaction into a huge drama fest. And whenever you see screenshots of dudes doing that, you're already like, holy shit, cringe, right? So don't be that guy. If you ever have a problem with someone through text, just stop replying, because bringing it up through text will just make you look stupid.